Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like
Credit to
this.
Michigan State, but we've talked about them in nauseam. I've seen nothing that changes that. I thought they would be in. I didn't think they'd play it this close, but it wouldn't have surprised me if they didn't make it. But they got in. I mean, their Achilles heel is what it's been all year long. And credit to those guys. They are dangerous when all three of those guys play well. But we're 24 games into a season and we're sitting here talking about this is the first time all three of them play well. So I'm not banking on that happening again. I've seen enough of these guys to know that they're who they are and what I thought they were all year long. I think they'll squeeze themselves in. They'll figure a way to get in there, but I don't expect them to go very far once they get in.
Goodman?
Maybe we'll get a Gonzaga Michigan State first four matchup between Izzo and Few. Both extending their streaks, getting in, and then having to play each other to get in the main bracket. Listen, they're dangerous when everything's clicking, but like how often have we seen that? Like you said, RC, like, are you trusting Hogard? Yeah, one game he looks great. Well, the Minnesota game he looked terrible, right? And they lost that game. Today, if you get and Tyson Walker, I almost feel like those guys knew they had to pick it up because Tyson Walker does not look like Tyson Walker right now. He's battling that groin injury. He just doesn't look like he's got the same quickness and burst that he normally has. But, Malik Hall picked it up. Hogard was great. Akins was pretty good other than, the dumb technical that he picked up, talking to the crowd or the bench or whatever after Coleman Hawkins picked it up for Illinois. So you knew the refs were going to have to give it to you because they had hit Coleman Hawkins with it earlier. But, yeah, I think they're better with Jackson Kohler. Like he gives them at least a weapon down low that they can go to. He had a couple big offensive boards today, put back. So I think he gives them a different dimension. You could play him with Carson Cooper. You could play him a little bit at the 5, even though he doesn't rebound well enough. So again, I'm like RC, like I don't trust them, but can they win 2 straight if they get in the NCAA tournament? Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys just all kind of hit it right there. I do think that with their guard play, when they get going, they are going to be able to play with anybody, right? Like if you get a night in the tournament where these 3 guys all show up, then they're going to find a way to pull off an upset. And would you be shocked if Michigan State found a way in the playing game as an 11 seed or whatever it is to get to to win a game, then beat a 6 seed and then beat a 3 seed and find themselves in the Sweet 16 or something like that? I don't think that would surprise me. It also wouldn't surprise me if they got dropped by 25 in the playing game. Like they're one of those teams that just make absolutely no sense, and anything that could happen, I think
there are a lot of those teams, though, Rob. Aren't there like a bunch of those teams you could say that about? So many, right? So many. I mean, add Wisconsin to that list now, right? Like they're firmly in that equation. Like every team in the Big Ten not named Purdue is probably there. Illinois, like they could get blown out in a game.
But I think we know but we know those teams are going to be there. We know Illinois is going to be there. Had Michigan State not won this game today, let's look at this. I mean, look at Penn State. That ain't moving a needle. At Michigan, that ain't moving a needle. Home against Iowa ain't moving a needle. Ohio State isn't moving a needle. They sure as hell isn't going to Mackey Arena and winning. So that ain't happening. And then their best chance for the rest of the year would be home against Northwestern. That's their last resume. And then the next game is at Indiana. That's it. So their opportunities to put themselves in, they got more games now that can hurt them than help them going forward. So they got to play their best basketball right now just to stay in it. They dropped 2 or 3 of those games against those opponents we just said. They're not in the tournament.
For watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.